Hello everyone, welcome to another video. Here we're going to be showcasing what I think is arguably one of the best supports of Season 8 as Nike. With the bow meta and just attack speed and hunters being so strong in general right now, Nike being able to use her 2 to absorb attacks and just generally shut hunters down with her 2 and her disarm is, I think, puts her in a top tier situation personally. I had really a lot of success with her. She's also really a nice high pressure god early on with her cleave. She's got great minion clear assist. Plus her 1 is able to damage at range so nicely and prot shred and disarm, you know, right at the get-go from level 1. So you got a lot of pressure right away to start the game. To go hand in hand with that, I like to start with a hammer start. I am going to go into Blackthorn to start the game. I always thought that was a good item. And now that they've buffed it even further, I think, especially on someone like Nike that can utilize that health so much, it gives her just such a great power spike as a support to be able to do a lot and kind of carry her team early on throughout the match. You can kind of see my mindset too and what I do as support. Here, this is basically right after I got those double kills. How quickly a fight like this sprang up here as I'm just doing my green, and then all of a sudden here we are in the middle of a fight right as I get back into it. This match, too, ended up being about a 40-some minute match that I cut down to 24 minutes to kind of show some of the highlights here. It's a good game demonstrating how impactful a support can be. I've seen people complain that supports aren't as good this season or aren't as impactful, but I just don't believe that that's true. That was a misplay on my fault right there. Suki should not have died. I should have put my 2 up and blocked Apollo's shots. I just didn't think he was in a position that he was gonna die. It just was a misplay, me thinking it wasn't a threat when it was. I'm certainly not perfect, so you'll see a few little misplays here and there, and I'll at least explain what I did wrong as that goes on. I used to love Cabrakan support. You see me go up against Cabrakan support. Nike's really strong at Cabrakan, and I just don't think Cabrakan is a very good support right now. He's a great god in general in terms of solo lane and jungle, but I just think support-wise he's just lacking currently, or at least I can't make him work. The Jing we fought this game was very good. She does exactly what a super annoying Jing does, which is just like not die. There's a few times early on this match where I just can't believe we didn't kill her, and this being one of them. Still got a kill out of the rotation, but I would way rather have killed Jing than killed Cabrakan again. And that's, I think, early on as a support, early on in a match like this, I think you should be rotating this often. You'll see as I kind of am just running back and forth right now, kind of in this early on mid game. I got that huge power spike with Blackthorn. I had early kills. I'm ahead on gold. You know, I'm good on levels. I can do a lot for the team right now, and me just sitting in lane waiting for the next wave to come is not really what I think a good support should be doing. Obviously, you still need to hit farm. You know, you don't want to just not be at wave, but if there's jungle camps up, if your buffs are up, go do them. Watch the map and see where your rotations are going to be needed. I pretty much am constantly looking at the health of my carry and my solo laner, and you know, also who they're up against as soon as they're visible. You know, here I see Jing is low, and I'm like, alright, if this Jing isn't going to be very smart, if she's going to try to stick around, we're definitely going to kill her. You know, we obviously can get a purple buff invade here, and so I want to make sure that Izanami can secure that safely and be here to help her out. You see, I say that's a bit. I wanted to kill Jing, that's what I really wanted. The buff secure is great, and nice and all, but I really wanted to get that Jing. I was upset that earlier on that she had gotten away, and I was like, ugh, I want to get her. Which is why I come right back, because I was basically, I'm like, okay, well, if she didn't actually recall, if she hung out and never recalled, then she's going to be in a position where we can get her. If I had jumped here, I would have killed her. I just didn't see the ult coming. And then her dash, it's just, you don't see Jing that much right now, and just the amount of distance she can create that quickly is just crazy. And so that should have been a kill on her if I had played that better. But, you know, that's why you play Jing. You play Jing because she can do things like that. You saw earlier in the game when Suki died, I should have 2'd and pushed Discordia earlier on rather than do the damage to her. What happened right here is what should have happened earlier with Suki, and then that Apollo wouldn't have killed him. So it was kind of like a little cascade of events that happened because I didn't use the right ability at the right time. And you see there's no cuts, there's no skips. I've just been running around the map non-stop, you know, which I'm ahead on Kabrakan, so that's all that really matters. And there's a lot going on here. You know, this is, looking back at the way this all played out, I would not have changed my rotations. Even if we hadn't secured the kill here, let's say Jorm gets away, for example, like there's no way that it's the wrong play for me to be here right now. Got a nice little blue buff steal out of it as well. Now we've got timer on purple, on blue. Pretty nice if we want to utilize that. The nice thing about Nike is you can cleave, then ability to clear out minion camps pretty good. I absolutely cannot stand Guardians or Warrior supports that cannot clear camps effectively, because it just puts you in a position where you're kind of just stuck doing nothing. I posted a video a long while ago about how much Nike can mess with Kabrakan. This video kind of shows why. Not nearly to the effect that it did before, if you ever go look through my videos and see me countering Kabrakan with Nike, but if you are going up against Kabrakan in lane or as against a support, I highly suggest picking up Nike as opposed to anybody else, because she's better than anyone at just making sure Kabrakan can't do anything. She's got a disarm where he can't use his 1, which is his, you know, basically his big stun, his diminishing return stun. And then you can push him anywhere you want because he can't jump or dash or anything. And your 2 can push him out of his tremors. You can knock him up out of his tremors. So you just got so many ways of dealing with him. So what's going on right now is Apollo's in the air ulting, and I basically chose to try to protect Cuckoo, so I'm just running around Cuckoo waiting to shell as soon as Apollo lands to make sure that Cuckoo does not die. There's a misplay right here. We just weren't paying attention. It isn't on me called that Jing was missing left, and there was just a lot going on right then, and I just wasn't really paying attention. So, you know, this is on us. We should have just recalled when we got those kills. We should not have even been there. Doing that tower damage was completely pointless. We should have just, we won. Just take the kills and get out and get back to base. Don't be greedy. Minions, early on in the game, minions should really be the only thing that's doing tower damage. You shouldn't be sticking around and trying to just hit a tower. It's a waste of your time. It's inefficient. I love that Cuckoo wind. Another misplay here. Again, I'm being greedy. We're ahead. We've been messing them up early game. I'm kind of just in a bloodthirst mode here. Tower diving at this point in the game. Again, what are we going to get out of it? So you're kind of seeing what you should do and what you shouldn't do. Just because you're ahead doesn't mean you should start doing stupid stuff and blow your lead. Don't get cocky.
Retreat! On my way. An enemy has been slain. Even in numbers, they are no match. Double kill. Be careful. An ally has been slain. An enemy falls. Double kill.
Oh, this Jingwei we were fighting was such a good. You can see later on in the game too. She kept this team in the game way longer than they should have. This game would have never gone as long as it is. But this Jing that we were fighting was quite good. You'll see me here again. I was greedy, pushing after Jing. I thought for sure I could get her, but she showed me otherwise. The only nice thing is that we push, they counter pushed. I keep this sequence up because they misplayed here by pushing into us continually. So we end up catching all of them. So I misplayed by pushing into Jing and she counter pushing back into me and killing me, but then they went and did the same exact thing that I did. And so then, you know, here they are, we're getting these kills. Now we're going to get a free FG. So there are times where your stupidity can work out to your team's favor. Not that it was the right thing, but we got lucky that they kind of just pulled the same mistake that we did. I like that Nike's got 2 knock-up immune abilities for 1 and or 2 are both knock-up immune, so if you are in Fire Giant and you are in that stupid fire line, you can always just pop her 2 or her 1 to at least not get knocked up.
An enemy has been slain.
I think it's habit from when Sundering Spear was so good that I ult early on Nike. I might eventually get out of that habit, but it's just instinctual to me now because I do play a lot of Nike. That back when stuttering was a thing, like you couldn't ult low because you just would immediately die. And I still think it's an okay way to use it, you know, just kind of like an offensive slow. And then I was able to tank the tower and basically not lose any health because it's all my shield. But now that Sundering is so much less popular, you can definitely start holding her ult until you're lower life.
Attack Fire Giant. Tactical Fury.
I always like building Shoguns on her, kind of, again, with that cleave damage that she can do. You know, if you do need to defend a minion wave or whatever, it's just one extra thing. Especially with an Izanami, she was building the bow build, so it just, like, there was no way I wasn't going to do Shoguns. It's just free damage for her as well. You know, plus we got a Suki. In almost every my video, you'll see I build Shoguns almost every single game. I love the item. I'm kind of obsessed with it. I talk about it in comments as well. Actually, got a phone call right as that was happening. Izanami shouldn't have been doing that right then. She should have waited. Basically, we were waiting to make sure that Jing and them weren't hanging out and trying to steal it. Izanami just went ahead and started doing it, and Discordia cut her out. I also had to get a phone call right then, so I was kind of not paying attention, but it happened so quick that I don't think I would have stopped what happened there, even if I had my full attention at the game at that time. You'll see me just turn tail and run when I see that Jing. She was just shredding everyone. Camera angles for the win. Oh, how annoyed are they that I got out of that. And then dying for it. The worst. We've all been there.
Even in numbers, they are no match.
Well done.
Shut down.
Attack left lane.
Be careful. Retreat.
Okay. Yes.
Gotta love the team VGS sometimes.
Ally has been slain.
He's not wrong. Suki went and tried to kill Jing by himself, and one, I don't know if he could have, even if that Jing wasn't good, but two, that Jing was very good, and so We definitely needed multiple people on her. Ends up being a misplay. Jing shows up and just starts killing everybody. I was tunnel visioned on Kabrak and I thought for sure we'd kill him. He was so low. We don't. I should have turned on Discordia or Jing. Really just anything other than sticking on Kabrak like I did.
You have been slain.
Again, we're not perfect here. When I jumped on Kabrak and did my one and he was still alive and running around, I should have just left him and just gone and chased Discordia or done anything else.
Remember your allies.
Ardio right now is so crazy good too. I don't play Ardio much, but I wish I did because holy cow, since they gave her her buff, she is just incredible. It's always tough with Phoenix Assaults as support. It's like, what do? You know, I was blocking Jing, I'm tanking tower, I'm trying to notice what's going on. It's just so easy to dive the backline on a Phoenix Assault because there's just so much going on. Jing actually ended up going behind the wall and just started blowing everybody up. So, that was just a great play by her. It was rare that you would see a hunter willing to do that, but again, playing Jing, she probably had her ult up, and she's just incredible at getting away with her in general, so she was ballsy enough to make that play, and it worked out really well. So, definitely giving props to her. This could have been game over for us right here. If I die, it's absolutely game over, so luckily I got out, and I kind of knew that. I do just enough to stop them from killing the Titan here. You see all these absorbs on Jing, and I'm basically living just long enough. Discordia ults me, and I'm not. The Titan doesn't get hit by it. Our respawn timers are just there. It's like it's just enough. You'll see the Titan reset here and heal a bunch, which is pretty fantastic. This was a very good match on both teams. I was definitely better than their Kabrak, and that Jing was probably the best player in the whole lobby. Isn't on me to just find this game, but I would say that Jing was probably the best player in the lobby.
Fury. Killing spree. Their rampage has ended.
Attack middle. Attack
Their
middle.
footsteps have ceased.
Yes, on my way.
Deicide.
Surprise.
It's unfortunate we didn't get more with this Deicide. Basically, they push mid, we end up not getting anything really because of the respawn timers, and just kind of everything got reset.
That was a bit too easy.
Probably shouldn't have been doing the green there, but I really wanted that enhanced green because of how much damage was getting output that I felt like I needed it. RDO holds on a long time here, and that was like huge. If she dies early or doesn't pull off what she did to kind of hold on as long, I think we lose this team fight really badly. But she held on a while, and that made that okay. And basically by her holding on the way she did, I was not scared to kind of push into this. You can see we just go balls deep, especially when you got enhanced green like that. It's you can just do so much. So you see, team didn't want to push that, but I recognized that fight was going on for a while, and I'm like totally fresh going into that with the relics and everything up. Like it's like let's go do something.
Attack middle lane. Right lane. Right lane.
Here's another Phoenix Assault going awry. Again, it's just tough, Here I'm on Discordia. Jing's attacking me, so I've got their mid distracted. I've got Jing on me. You know, there's Kabrakin blinking past. It's just like,
But sure, don't trust the Watchers.
it's tough.
An enemy
I've seen Phoenix Assaults go badly so many times. This isn't a master rank game. And without having 5 people on comms, I'm not sure there's like a good way to exactly do it.
Ardio, why the fuck are you going for blue buff, bro? It's fucking 33 minutes into the game.
I thought this was pretty funny. I had to agree with him. So the one thing that got screwed up there is when we were all invading the Phoenix, Ardio was trying to get the blue down for some reason. And it gave their team time to respond, and, you know, it wasn't good. She was playing final game. I mean, we're human, right? See Kabrak in there against Nike, it just doesn't go well. Again, I got greedy here. I should have just... We killed Kabrak and I should have just gotten out. But I didn't. Running right into Discord. Yeah, that sucks. I got Jinx ult out trying to kill me, so like that's good. But I shouldn't have even put myself in that position.
Be careful in the jungle.
This is ready for the res. I actually posted this short segment to my channel before this. His Nami's, you know, she was just trying to get a buff, I get it, but like, they ran across a war. She should have seen that, and she should have just turned tail and run. Which was unfortunate. I knew if I didn't kill Apollo here, we were going to have issues. So I was just like, this guy is dying. Luckily, I had my super 3k pot, and it was just Jormik and Bracken and not like, you know, Discordia or Jing over there.
Cancel that.
You would think between Jormik and Bracken that they could have actually peeled for that Apollo better, but what are you going to do? So they got FG, but Apollo is dead, Kabrakan is dead. Izanami's about to res. So, not ideal, but also not bad either for us. I really wanted to recall here, that's why, like, you see me sitting back, I'm really hesitant, I felt bad. I didn't want to push this. This is one of those things where it's like I was pushing when they didn't want me to, and they're doing it vice versa. I wanted to go heal, but you know, that just wasn't happening. I was so scared of running into Jing here and being this low health, and she would have just melted me. I don't know what Jing is doing right now that she's not here for all of this. She probably wanted all them to retreat when Kabrakan died. Wait for Apollo's res, group up. Something to that effect. Ended up costing them the game. So they went from getting EFG on 4 of their teammates to losing the game within the next 2 minutes. Cuckoo was pretty clutch on Jing towards the end of this game, which was fantastic. There you have it. I love Nike. I think you guys should be playing her in support. Rotate early. Use that power spike. Use your ult early to secure kills. Don't try to always hold it. Have fun. Thanks for watching.
No problem, I suppose. Hell wants me.
Attack middle lane. Ultimate is ready.
Okay.
Countermeasure. is on a rampage. Someone stop them. Oh, seriously, stop them.
No problem.
Greetings.
Cancel that.
I'm a wizard, so I'm better than you.
Thanks.
Quiet. This warrior is on a rampage. Someone stop them. Oh, seriously, stop them.
Retreat!
This warrior is on a rampage.
Cancel.
Keep your watch, more are coming. An enemy has been slain.
Hell wants me. Attack the Titan.